So, dito ako ulit ngayon. Alam ko na kung ba't ako nandito. Tapos for today's video, may pinadala yung Asus. Hindi ko pa alam kung ano. Tapos i-unbox ko lang yan. Tapos magre-react ako. Gagi puti. Puti. Ay, 890! Z890-Pro Wifi from Asus. It's the tough gaming motherboard. So, yung box, unusually for a tough gaming motherboard, puti na yung box. So, I assume puti na rin yung motherboard nila. Unusual yon for tough gaming. Yon. Z890 chipset. This is for the latest generation Intel chips. I assume yun na yung merong NPUs. Well, yun nga yung case. Kanyang features, AI of course, for LGA 1851. Yun na yung ating bagong CPU socket. PCIe 5 for M.2 slots, DTS, and Wi-Fi 7. So this motherboard, yun nga, as mentioned earlier, it supports the latest generation Intel chips. So yun yung for LGA 1851. Expansion slots, meron siyang 5 expansion slots in total. 4 DDR5 memory slots, DIMM slots. God, ang dami. So, 4 slots for M.2 drives. Merong isa doon na supported for Gen 5 PCIe. So, proceed tayo sa unboxing. Yun, puti nga yung kanyang motherboard as expected. Napakaganda. With silver, well, I don't know kung silver. Silver heatsink. Oh, ang lupit. So shiny. Oh, hinta nyo ba yan? Shiny. Per slot, merong heatsink. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pwede bang ito na lang yun sa amin, Asus? Ay, Intel pala to. So yun, this board requires dual 8-pin EPS para sa power ng CPU. We'll know pa kung ano yung... We don't have any details yet dun sa bagong CPU from Intel. But from the looks of it, it's gonna be powerful. It's going to be powerful if it's requiring dalawang 8-pin. DDR5, 4 DIMM slots. Meron tayong your usual RGB headers nandyan. Type-C internal header, meron siyang isa. At isa pang USB internal for front panel, isang USB-A. Tapos M.2 slots, I'll need to remove the heat sinks, pero sabi dun sa spec sheet, meron tong 4. Isa dun ay Gen 5. It looks like yun yung kanyang top slot. Na meron din Q slot latch. So yan yung atin full slot na Gen 5 na X16. Run through natin later yung slots pag tanggal ko ng heatsink. Tapos meron tayong dalawang X1 na I think Gen 4 to. Isang X4 at isang, well, isa siyang full slot siya pero it looks like it's an X4 slot din na PCIe. I think yung remaining slots are Gen 4. So sa bottom part, nandito yung ating mga usual I/O ports. Not actually usual. Meron tayo isang TB4 internal header dito. So if you're after a...
Kuya, ano yung TB?
Ay, sorry, Thunderbolt 4 internal header. If you're after a Thunderbolt 4 expansion card, compatible tong motherboard na to for that kasi meron siyang header. But best to always check yung compatibility ng expansion card kasi yeah, for better compatibility. So yun, Thunderbolt 4 header. Meron tayong usual na USB 2.0 headers, 4 SATA slots, and that's it. Sa ating I/O, back I/O, run through lang natin quickly. So, meron siyang HDMI, meron DP for internal graphics. Meron siyang BIOS flashback button. In case kailangan nyo mag-flash ng BIOS, meron siyang BIOS flashback button. Meron tayong USB-C ports sa likod. Dalawang USB-C port yon. And 6 na 10 gigs na Type A. Tapos 2.5 gigs na LAN port. Wi-Fi 7, of course. Then your usual audio jack. Saka meron din siyang optical out for audio. So doon naman tayo sa likod. Nothing much on a tough gaming motherboard. Pero meron pa rin siyang art. Very minimal lang. Unlike yung ROG Strix line na sobrang detailed. Ito, very minimal as expected for a tough gaming motherboard.
Nakakita niyan.
Wala. So, proceed tayo sa pag-remove ng heatsinks to get a deeper view dun sa M.2 slots. So, yeah, this board has a 16 plus 1 plus 2 power stages. It's not that much, pero it's still a Z board. So, it's basically designed for overclocking. That also explains kung bakit ang kapal ng heatsink nitong motherboard na to. Well, sukatin nga natin. Almost 50 mm na heatsink. Tapos yung almost 50 mm thick na heatsink. Tapos yung lapad is 130 mil. Pangmalakasan na yun. Pero yun, this is what we're expecting for a Z motherboard. Yan, tama lang na nandyan yan. Proceed tayo dun sa heatsinks ng PCIe devices. So, yan yung M.2 Q-latch na feature na natin to dun sa previous na Asus video. Sobrang convenient niya tanggalin. Ito yung heatsink, tanggalin mo yun dyan. Yung lock ng SSD, may isa pa siyang latch dyan. Very, very easy to remove. Tapos, yung kanyang other heatsinks, dito ako naiintriga at ang aking team. Kada isang lane, isang slot, may naka-allocate na heatsink para sa kanya. Pero, isa siyang buong piece ng bakal. So, 3 lane tong nako-cover nitong bakal na to. Yes, 1 piece. Ang laking bakal para i-cover yun lahat. So, under this cover, meron siyang isang M.2 slot. Nandito siya. Tapos yung kanyang other PCIe slots as well, yung X1, X1, and X4. I think this one has 2 M.2 slots based din sa kanyang spec sheet. So, confirm natin. Dalawang slot niya. So, isa dito. Lahat sila merong Q-latch. So, very easy to install yung drive sa lahat ng M.2 slot. Ayan, ito yung heatsink ng M.2 slots. Makikita nyo tong part na to. Meron siyang parang plastic na cover for that slot. Magandang idea to kasi may mga case na hindi naka-screw yung PCIe slot cover. So, ang kailangan mong gawin para matanggal mo sila is parang i-yank mo siya kasi parang naka-weld, like lightly welded dun sa case. Para matanggal mo siya, uuga-ugain mo yung slot. Ang tendency nun, kapag ginawa mo yun, mababangga mo yung mga naka-solder na parts dun sa board. So, very, very smart na cover to para dun sa mga parts na yun. Meron siyang plastic na cover. So, kapag niyank mo yung PCIe cover ng mga ganung case, hindi mo madadamage yung mga naka-solder na parts. Yan. Very, very smart. So, since makapal yung heatsink ng M.2 drive dun sa ating main slot, also yung ating VRM heatsink from the motherboard, test natin kung meron magiging slight clearance issue kung gagamit tayo ng air cooler. So for this test, gagamit tayo ng AK620. Not the biggest cooler in the market, but considerably kasi it's a twin tower na air cooler. And kung makikita, wala pang CPU, so mag-ilalapag lang natin to dito. Kung makikita nyo, malayo siya from all the things na pwedeng makabangga nitong cooler na to. So, heatsink, malayo yung clearance. Pwede pa tayo maglagay ng fan dito sa likod kung gustuhin. Meron pa siyang clearance from the VRM heatsink. Same goes with yung top part ng heatsink. Malayo siya dyan. Meron pa siyang space. So, yeah. Kayang-kaya kahit maglagay tayo ng air cooler. Kahit D15 from what I'm seeing here, it should fit well. No problem. So that is our unboxing and first impression sa ating Z890-Pro Wi-Fi motherboard from Asus TUF Gaming line. As you guys all know, TUF Gaming is a different line from Asus ROG Strix. products, and ang target market nila talaga is yung medyo budget friendly. And with what we've seen dito sa motherboard na to, it looks like they're still sticking to that. Nothing much to say. It's a really good motherboard, good looking motherboard as well, as we have seen sa heatsinks nung motherboard na to. And yung M.2 gimmick, bagong gimmick ni Asus, is still included in this line. Hindi siya exclusive sa ROG line. So yeah, QLatch is still here. It's really convenient to use in all the M.2 slots as well. And I find it really impressive that included pa rin siya sa budget line ni Asus. And that is it. So stay tuned para sa aming next video. May isa pa aming motherboard from Asus, and yeah, see you next video.